Hey, what's up my peeps? Welcome back for another tutorial. So you guys been asking me for this for a long time, so I'm gonna finally do it. We gonna make some caramel apples. These apples I didn't even get them from Hobby Lobby. I found them at the thrift store, but Hobby Lobby does have them. And Michael's does too. I don't know if they really go on sale at Michael's, but I know Hobby Lobby puts them for 50% off every once in a while. I've been waiting for them to put them 50% off. Luckily, I found these at my thrift store. Some people go all out and make the apple from scratch. I ain't trying to do that. I'm just trying to make my apple, my caramel apple, and move on. And these are easy and cheap, and so I found these at my thrift store. So look at in your thrift store too, because you never know what you might find. That's why when I go to the thrift store, I go down like every aisle, because I don't never know, I might find something I need or could use. So you're gonna need your apple, and you're gonna need a stick. I got these sticks from Dollar Tree. These wood sticks, they come in a pack. I think there's 15 of them in a pack. If you have some real caramel apple sticks, you can use those. Like if you got them from Michael's or whatever. But this is a good deal from Dollar Tree. 15 for $1. So all I did was push it into my apple and hot glued it. That's all I did to that. So you're going to need some fake nuts. These are called K-Cob bedding. They made by KT. I will post a link if you want to buy some. Now on Amazon, they sell a huge bag that's gonna last you a lifetime. But if you don't want to buy that bigger bag, you can get some from Playco 3. They sell smaller quantities if that's the route you want to go. Okay, so you're also gonna need a mixture of, this is cork, Mod Podge, and classic caramel. I didn't bring the paint, but it's classic caramel in here. Some cork I got from Dollar Tree. Some Mod Podge, which I also got from Dollar Tree. I used the matte one for this. And classic caramel. And you're going to get this mixture right here. Now, you don't need to make like a whole lot, but you need enough to like swirl your apple in. I made this mixture, I'm not even gonna front, I made this mixture a while ago, like about a year ago. And as long as you keep it covered real well, it lasts, because it's mostly Mod Podge. And you do have some cork in there and paint, but the Mod Podge lasts for a long time. So if you make some and you don't use it all up, you can save it, okay? So before we do that, I'm gonna dip this red one, but we're not gonna decorate the red one. I'm gonna decorate a green one. Because I want to show y'all something. We're gonna make this. You see this? Apple. It got the nuts and the caramel. You can't even see the green of the apple anymore because I covered it up. But don't it look tasty? We're gonna make this. Okay? So let's get to the dipping. So you're gonna take your concoction here. This is basically the same thing we use to make drips, like chocolate drips, any drips that we use on cakes or whatever. It's the same thing. This is very versatile, this mixture, which is again cork, Mod Podge, and paint. There is no specific recipe. If you make it too thin, add more cork. If you make it too thick, add a little bit more Mod Podge. And you have to just figure it out for yourself, because I do not have a specific recipe. I don't think anybody has a specific recipe. But, you know, just don't be afraid to try it. And, you know, you'll be all right. So I'm gonna get my Teflon sheet. Wait, I need something to put it on so I can move it. I'm gonna just use this little tray I have right here. Once I dip it, I want to be able to move it because we're gonna do. I already dipped one. I already dipped a green one, and I put the nuts on it so it could be dry, so we can make it look like this. Okay. So this is gonna be done in stages. Okay. So anyways, when you got your apple on your stick secure, you're going to take your Mod Podge and caulk mixture, and you're going to tilt it a little so that you're going to roll your apple, and you're going to have enough to roll your apple. Here we go, look. All I did was roll my apple like this. Boom, just roll it. Now, after you do this part, you got to let the excess like really come off. Like you got to make sure that you shake it and let all that extra, I mean, it might take you a minute or two, but shake it and make sure you get all that extra liquid, not liquid, what do you call this? This drip, this caramel, excuse me. Make sure you get a lot of it off, because once you start putting the fake nuts on it, if you have too much liquid on here, the nuts are just going to slide off. Okay, we don't want that to happen. So you got to make sure that you have all the extra drippings off. Okay, now you might get a lot of bubbles on it and stuff like that, and don't worry about it. Okay, and another thing, you see how light this is? It's going to get dark like this color, okay? What? Let me. You see how light it is? Let me switch the camera. See how light it is here? But when it dries, it's going to dry this a little bit darker. It's going to look like caramel. Okay, so don't worry about it. That's because the Mod Podge is white. So, you know, it's going to look a little lighter, but when it dries, now make sure, you see some of it is still dripping off, but I think I'm good now. So I'm gonna put this to the side, and I'm gonna get my fake nuts. Again, I'll leave a link to the fake nuts if you want. I'm gonna put nuts on this one. But that's about probably all I'm going to do to this one, because since it's a red apple, I don't think I'm going to be like decorating it too much, you know what I mean? So just lightly throw your your fake nuts on there, okay? Don't try to put too much at one time, and make sure you don't get any on the bottom, because you need your apple to stand, okay? So if you do, you can always pick it off with a toothpick. No biggie. And it's pretty easy. It's nothing to be intimidated. Oop, I made a big old mess. Y'all know. Nothing to be intimidated about. It's the same thing we've always made. We have drip. You got your drip. And your fake nuts. So there's really nothing to it. It's very easy. It looks so pretty. It's going to look pretty in your kitchen, on your tier tray. Or if you want to sell them, that's up to you. Okay. I think I got enough for now. And if you feel like you don't want to do it this way, another thing you could do is just let the fake caramel, the drip, dry. And then you could come back with Mod Podge or tacky glue. Put a layer of that and then put your nuts. It's okay if you don't feel comfortable, you know, putting this, or you think it's going to fall off or whatever. I mean, some of them are going to fall off, but for the most part, it's going to stick pretty well. And, you know, you don't want it to be perfect. You want it to have little spaces, because when you buy a caramel apple, it don't be all filled up. They ain't trying to give you all them nuts. So then you take it. Look what I did. I done put it in there. You know what? You know what? Well, so you're going to take this. You know, you could use, you don't have to use a Teflon sheet. You could use parchment paper, and you're just going to put it down. Yeah, I think I got a nut. I do got a nut down there. I don't want nuts down there, because then it makes it stand. Just be crooked. We don't want that. I don't want no crooked apple. So make sure you get those nuts out the way. Push them up if you have to. Put them out the way. There you go. Boom. Let me get me a wet wipe, because, you know, I don't want to put paint on anything else. So. And there you go. You just leave it like that. And you let it dry. Look how pretty it looks already. Just put it to the side. Let it dry. That's it. If you want to make the red ones like that. Now you know I got to clean up. And you know I could get my little mini vacuum. But right. I ain't going to do that, because I need to save my nuts. Even though I got a whole ton of them. But shoot. Alright. So. I'm going to move some of this stuff over here, because I'm not going to need it. I need my nuts, and I need this. So I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to put a piece of, this is the one I had, Teflon sheet, because I love my Teflon sheet when I'm crafting. And I'm going to take this, and we're gonna put some white. I'm gonna use slick paint just because it's easier for me, and I want to show you something. But you could use the same mixture of Mod Podge, white paint, and caulk, and you could do the same thing. But I'm gonna use slick paint to get the white icing done on here, okay? And then I'm going to use a mixture of the Mod Podge and caulk and stuff for the other stuff. Okay, so this is how I did mine. I went to the top and I came down. Because I kind of wanted it to have like a loop like this. And brought it back up. And then I came and I did the same thing over here. And I just did a loop like that. And I did like this. All the way around the whole apple. Okay? And like I said, you don't have to use slick paint. I'm just using it because I have it and it's convenient. But you can use a mixture of caulk, paint, and Mod Podge. This apple looks so good after it cures, and be like, dang, I could eat that apple. So then I took a people keep texting every time I'm getting ready to do. I could be home all day, don't nobody bother me. As soon as I start doing something, here they come texting and calling, and that's just life, right? So I like to just take a little toothpick, and I don't know, that's just me. You don't have to do that, that's just me. So now we're going to put some chocolate on there. Okay, so for the chocolate part, I got a mixture of Mod Podge, caulk, and I use a dark paint. You can use any dark paint like chocolate sprinkle or burnt umber. I use the dark chocolate. I mean, you could use brown. It doesn't matter. I like the dark because it makes it look more chocolatey and more like delicious and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so I got me a little sandwich bag. If you want to use a bottle, one of those squeeze bottles, you could do that. The only thing about them things is that you got to clean it after, and I can't. So you see this? I always just make a bunch and keep it in there, because this is another thing. It just, if you cover it, that's why I like these little containers, like these little takeout containers. You can find these at Dollar Tree. Come like 12 in a pack. You make your mixture, you keep it in there, it will last for a while. Okay, you guys, just make sure you keep it nice and covered. So I'm just gonna put some in here. Whatever I think is enough. If I don't use it, or I could just always put it back in my container. So it's no big deal. Just make sure I keep it covered. And then I'm gonna come back, tie it up, and put that drizzle on. I'm gonna come this way, see? Oh, now I'll do it. I'll leave it like that. Now remember, key, this is very important. When you make your cut, when you're gonna cut your bag, make sure you make the tiniest hole possible. Because this is very loose. If you make your hole too big, you're not gonna be able to control it. So you gotta make sure that your hole is very, just the tip of it. Like, so tiny you can't even. There you go. So I'm gonna try to go in between. See how wet, how. I'm just gonna go in between. Try to go in between the white. It's gonna drip because it's very runny. And that's okay. You want it to look like melted chocolate. Okay. It might get a little bit clogged up. See, this is there you go. Because sometimes that Mod Podge get like a booger. I call it a glue booger. And just go in between. Go another glue booger. Just making me waste my product here. Right? Now make sure you look around. Make sure you got all your drip down. Make sure you come over here and, because we're gonna put some marshmallows. Now I didn't use this all up, so I'm gonna make sure I put it right back in my container, because I'm gonna use it for another something one day. I don't know what, but I just always save it. I'll wipe my hand, so I don't want to get paint on anything. So I'm gonna take this and wrap it right up in here so I don't get it on anything. Move this to the side. And then I got some marshmallows. I made these marshmallows myself. I showed y'all how to make marshmallows, so y'all go on and make y'all some marshmallows. Then I got some of these fake chocolate chips from Play Code 3. As always, there's a code underneath the video. Click on see more if you want to go get you some. They make these in all colors. Halloween colors, all colors. Green, orange, purple, pink, like whatever color you can think of. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some marshmallows here, there, and everywhere. Cut, darn it. I'm going to put some chocolate chips up in there too. You could do this however you want. Y'all know I'm like, I got problems. So I want everything to look nice and neat and organized. But you can do whatever you want on yours, okay? And I think that's going to be good for me. Yeah, put another. Listen. On this one over here, I put a lot more. But on this one, I didn't. So I'm going to get me some more nuts. And I'm going to sprinkle it on top. Hold on, let me move this over here. I'm just going to sprinkle the nuts on top. That's it. Because it already got some down there. Plus, I don't want to cover up all the green. Like I did that other apple. You can't even see the apple on that one. But there you go. There you go. There go your apple. Now you got to let this dry overnight. It's going to take a while to dry. You got to let it dry overnight. But don't that look delicious? It's not nutritious, but it looks delicious. Maybe the apple part. But the rest of it, not all that chocolate and stuff. But yeah, guys. So I finally got around to making the caramel apples, which is very, very easy. Don't be intimidated. I know some of you, oh, I think I'm going to mess it up and this and that. No. You know what? Don't give up. Just try it. Go for it. Then you make one, and everybody's going to be like, girl, can you make me one? And then you know what? You start selling them and make you $1. Because these fake bakes, they cute, but they not cheap, okay? So y'all make sure y'all get y'all some little dollars for making fake bakes. So anyway, guys, we're going to let that one dry. And we're going to look at this one for a minute. Don't it look good? It looks so real, too. Like, wouldn't even think this was fake. And if you wrap it, I got one wrapped up. Where is it at? This one is wrapped up in a little bag. If I wrap this up and put it in there, and I could, somebody would probably think this is real and try to buy it and try to eat it. So you can put this up in a bag too. I got a bag over there. Let's see how it look. Put it in a bag. Tie it up. Got a piece of, what happened to the ribbon? There you go. Let's see. Put it up in there, tie it up. I'm not going to tie it up like a bow because I don't have enough ribbon here. It's just a little piece, enough to tie it up. And this one has Thanksgiving ribbon on it. So you can make this for the Thanksgiving, for Halloween, for any time. You listen, can't look. You see that? Now they both in a bag. Don't they look good? You could definitely put this on your table somewhere. Might be like, ooh, girl, give me a piece of that apple. And then you take it out the bag and you be like, here, you can have the whole thing. Anyway, guys, don't pay me no mind. I'm going crazy. But as y'all can see, I still haven't gotten around to decorating my little thing here for the fall. But I'm working on it. It's just that time goes by so fast. And I need all the time in the world. Because crafting is like you never have enough time for crafting. So anyway, guys, I'm going to take it out the bag because I want y'all to look at it one more time because it looks so yummy. Take it out the bag. And y'all can look at this one more time and see how delicious this looks. And you can make you one because it's so easy to do. Okay? So guys, until the next video. Well, let me get the other apple so y'all can see. So look, if you have a red apple, look how good that red apple look with all the nuts. And then you have your green apple with chocolate and caramel. They just look so good. Anyway, guys, until the next video, stay safe, stay healthy, go out and make y'all some of these. And I will see y'all in the next video. God bless you guys. Bye.